following game and other 2012 Chatham Cougar games are now available for purchase on Blu-ray and DVD. Relive every touchdown, great play, and hard hit in stunning high definition, with high-quality detail not available in the original broadcast. Don't miss a single detail with this high-definition offer. And now available for purchase, player highlight DVDs. Perfect for college or university applications. Working directly with you from our 2011 and 2012 archives, along with your footage you wish to use. With a professionally printed and rendered disc, this makes a great highlight for any application. Visit us and check out our online store at jvmediaproductions.com for further information. Enjoy the game.
I'm Herb McCauley, and I'll be joined by my son John today in the booth and providing some play-by-play of today's season opener at the CK Athletic Complex. Mr. Peter Carrello, today's head official counting numbers as we're about to start. We've got once again an outstanding referee crew out there, including Floyd Fenema, and I see Mr. Shepard out there as well. I cannot see who's on the far side of the field, but very competent officiating, something for Chatham to be proud of. As we're about to start the 2012 varsity football season for the Peewee Division. Travel football once again in Chatham. Thank you, Sel Jordan, for getting this started. Many, many people have been the beneficiary of your expertise. Okay, and away we go. The opening kickoff by Chatham.
Punch down the middle. Picked up by
number 19, it appears, for Forest City. A healthy carry. He's hit by a band of Cougars there.
Around 15 yards.
Drag him down at about the 48-yard line. A healthy kick to start, and some tremendous coverage coming downfield.
Yes.
That was number 19, Matt Sonas, for the Forest City Thunderbirds, returning that ball, and a host of Cougars that brought him down. Here comes the Forest City offense, and like I said, John, noticeable, that offensive line. As I was going through the lineup here, not one of them's under 150 pounds, and that's going to be quite a chore for the Chatham-Kent Cougars to not find themselves on roller skates and get pushed backwards here.
Yes.
And away we go. Forest City stepping up. Number 4 is at the pivot position, Ethan Martin. Receivers moving in motion. Martin back. Looks like a power run off tackle and met very nicely. Very solid hit. Looked like about a 32 power there. And number 96, Marquez Stonefish, with a big hit for the Chatham Cougars. Gain of about 3.5 on the play. Sets up a second, and we'll say a healthy 7 yards.
What?
Now I've got 2 Chatham-Kent teams.
I know. That's what I was saying. They gave us 3 Chatham-Kent teams.
No, here's Forest City. And a run off to the outside here. Strips a tackle. He's into the secondary. And a pickup of about 9.5 yards for the Forest City Thunderbirds. Full misdirection. Number 10 for the Thunderbirds, Curtis Finley, picking up what appears to be about 9.5 yards. And a Forest City first down. Any misdirection at this level, it's tough to get the kids disciplined so that they don't bite on that lead back. And getting them to stay home is definitely a chore. Cougars have got everybody up in the box, not expecting any type of a pass attack. And coming behind center again, looking at that 32, he's got a lot of room over there, cuts it underneath off tackle, and he's down the sidelines, and Finley could go all the way here, taking it out of bounds at about the 18-yard line by number 25 for the Cougars, Brandon Tatsu. Tatsu managed to shove him out of bounds, and that was definitely a touchdown-saving tackle, as Finley was well on his way with what appears to be about a 26-yard gain on the play. Forest City marching. Like I said, John, it looks like they're having their way immediately with that defensive line of the Cougars. Big holes for Forest City to run through. They took a look at 96 Stonefish on that first play, and they appear to be running a little bit wider off tackle now than running right at Stonefish. Here comes Forest City again. Martin calling instructions, double wideouts on the right-hand side. Martin again, play fake, counter move, back to Finley. They had him in the hole, but missed the tackle.
Still
Bounces
going.
to about 2 or 3, eludes the Tatsu tackle, and he's going to take it in. A lot of shoulder tackling by the Cougars on that play. No wrap-ups. They had about 3 or 4 shots at him there, but technically not sound on the tackling, as he was bouncing around. Had many opportunities to bring him down. Actually, didn't appear to be much of a hole there, but he squirmed through the first man at the defensive tackle spot. Finley kept his legs churning and marches in with an 18-yard touchdown. That's a 5-play drive. They set up for the convert. Finley will hold. And number 15, Jay Van Overberg, is going to attempt to put this through. Way too much time to get that off. They didn't even have to leave their feet to block that one. They could have reached down and taken it out of the holder's hands. I would say that if you had that, you could have timed that with a sundial. And the Cougars are going to get their first opportunity here to get on offense. If you've got a team with this type of ability to push the ball down the field, do not be at all surprised if Forest City does not attempt an onside kick here. John, I don't know what you think, but watching that first drive by Forest City, I would not be looking to sit back and wait on these guys because they're going to push you around. I would be immediately thinking about taking those outside linebackers and getting them on the move into that Forest City backfield. What do you think?
I completely agree with you, as that was a very poor job of attempting to tackle on that touchdown there. A lot of high tackles. If they do blitz those outside linebackers, I think they would be able to get them in the backfield. That is a very good idea.
I see Adam Pearson back there deep. I can't really. There looks like 3 guys back. Here we go. A short kick, line drive right at the big man Stonefish. He's going to bowl over one. I don't like the position of that ball, but he got away with it. Stonefish brings that ball to about midfield. The big man, probably not used to carrying it. He ran that thing rather high, and if I'm on that Forest City team, I'm chopping him right at about the ankles, but instead they decided to take him on, and he bear hugged about 3 of them for about a 12-yard pickup. Forest City setting up on defense again. A very big man in the middle of the field there for Forest City, number 62. And they're going to have some problems moving him around. I'd eyeball him right off the bat here and run away. That's Sakalis Dockstader for Forest City at playing nose tackle. I would imagine that Chatham's forte here, especially looking at this, is attempt to get this ball outside. Setting up at the line of scrimmage. Ace backfield. Pitch to the outside. Nobody picked up that outside linebacker. He's got some room out there. Good stiff arm. 21 to the sideline and a very nice pickup. And they finally stand him up and take him down. But a great first play. Good start for Chatham as number 21, Dalen Mayu, picked up some yardage on the play.
It's definitely handled. He's just got his number changed. It's got to be.
According to our roster, it's 21, Dalen Mayu.
The backup quarterback.
Who is at the pivot position today for us, John, for Chatham? I didn't get the number yet.
Pivot position.
Quarterback.
Quarterback. It is Number 23, Chase Waddick.
Chase Waddick steps in behind the center, takes the snap, fakes the pitch, looks like a counter up the gut. He had a little bit of room initially, but seemed to mishandle the football. That was number 50.
Connor Wright.
I think a clean exchange. He might have picked up some decent yardage there, but there was a little bit of a baffling, a little bit of a fumble as he took the ball originally from Waddick. And that's the nature of football. You have to explode immediately when you get the ball, and that didn't happen in that case, and they were able to bring Wright down after about a pickup of about 1.5 yards. We're already into 4-down territory here for Chatham. They looks like third, and we'll say 4.5 yards. Waddick behind the center again. Looks like a little miscommunication. Uh-oh, this is trouble. And nobody picked that up there. A lot of time and a lot of space between the quarterback handling the ball and somebody taking it from him, and eventually Waddick, 23 Waddick, that had to be a busted play. He was looking around for somebody to hand it off to, and that didn't happen. Had to take it himself, and no gain on the play. 4th and 4 for the Cougars. When you're facing a team of this size, it is all about timing. It's all about execution. You cannot give away plays like that. I'm sure the Chatham defense is hoping that the offense can get a drive going here so they can take a little bit of time to reevaluate and get ready to take on that. Oh, here we go. It looks like the same play again. And he's kept it, and there's late option. He's got some room out there. And the first down at least. There he goes down the sidelines, number 21 for Chatham. Dayan Mayu, and taken down heavily. But wow, what a pickup there, John. I thought that they were going to pick that right out of Waddick's hands. A bit of a fortunate play for Chatham, as Waddick was being tied up at the time, and at the last second got that option toss off to Mayu. Misdirection as 3 Chatham players went from the left once again with that ace-back formation. Looked like they were going to sweep to the right. And Mayu checked back, moved left, and the option toss sprung him. He did elude one man with a stiff arm. It looked like about a 26-yard pickup. And Chatham is now looking at a first down from Forest City's 18. Waddick again behind center. Waddick takes it. Power run to Connor Wright up the middle. No blocking. And he's back to the line of scrimmage. What we had there was that happens quite frequently, even at the high school level. Linemen must leave their stances low and drive their feet. In that case there, both the right guard and tackle for Chatham stood up as if they were pass blocking, did not move forward, and as a result, there was no push for Connor Wright. Wright with a gain of about half a yard. We're looking at 2nd down and 9.5 as Waddick steps in behind center. Power backfield, I formation for Chatham. And there is an end around, and nobody's biting on that. 2 Forest City players waiting. Once again on that right side, a lot of guys standing around watching. Literally, the offensive line on that side stopped, turned around, and watched the Chatham ball carrier make a play instead of taking care of business in front of them. A loss of 6 on the play creates a 3rd and 15 for Chatham. You got to wonder, John, at this point, does Chatham have a quarterback that's capable of even dunking the ball to the outside in the flats? Because you've got a Forest City team here that's just pushing everybody across, 10 in the box, a little quick hitter to the tight end, and he's going to have some room. There's the pitch again. Mayu all alone springs through the middle. That kid's working really hard and not getting a lot of help. Once again, a lot of bodies standing around, not blocking. They are not getting off the ball and blocking up front. 4th down and no pickup again. Looking at 4th and 15. Not an easy skill, not an easy position, offensive line, a very unselfish position. And when you find the special ones, boy, have you got yourself a team. Waddick again behind center. Looks like a pitch pass. Sets up. He's got a man there right on the money, and he's going to haul it in. The tailback pitch pass working, and that's going to have to be a very close, if not for sure, a Chatham-Kent Cougar first down. And yes, it is a first down. Ball, a great ball, very well thrown by Mayu. The man was wide open. Had he hit him in stride, he could have walked into the end zone, but still, you cannot criticize the effort by Mayu, who right now has had a tremendous start to this football game. That's what it's going to take today for Chatham. Obviously, they're not going to be able to bulldoze that front four, a big front four for Forest City, so expect to see a little more razzle-dazzle. Ace back, no, we got another I formation here for Chatham. Waddick looking for the second man. And it's Mayu again, and he's tied up at the line. Once again, watching that offensive line, John, are you see what I'm seeing?
Yes.
They're not taking anybody on up there. They're standing straight up, and they are spectators out there right now.
Waddick's trying everything he can to try to get through there, but he's definitely not getting any help at all.
And we are looking at a second down from about Forest City's 4-yard line. I'm liking a lot the opportunity here at just a straight-up power pitch. If you could get the edge in a hurry here, I think that's what you got to go with right now. Perhaps the short side of the field, but wow. They're coming straight at you. 12 men in the box, and Waddick, a miscommunication, and once again had to keep the ball. Looked like 25 was coming across on what should have been some kind of a counter. I believe that's Brandon Tatsu, but it didn't happen. And we're looking at a loss of a yard on the play. So that sets up 3rd and goal again for Chatham from the 5.
Hey, Dad.
With the way this Forest City team is coming straight at you, John, even a tight end pro pass. I mean, they've got 10, 12 guys here right up at the line. They got their ears pinned back, and they're coming straight at you. A little dump to the tight end.
Tatsu.
Right now, just what the doctor ordered. Timeout for Chatham on the play. I'm sure right now they're taking a look at what the defense for Forest City is doing, and it's no mystery. They realize that they're having their way with that Chatham offensive line. There's no fear factor there. So they're just going to come right at you. Lining up again, Waddick got a power I formation again, and offside. And referee Peter Cralo signaling the illegal procedure call on Chatham. Digging themselves a bit of a hole here on what was a tremendous opportunity, as they originally were 1st and goal from the 4-yard line and are now staring at 3rd and goal from the 10. Chatham has, however, been able to give their defense a rest here, as that first drive, 4 or 5 play drive, an immediate touchdown for Forest City. So hopefully this has given that defense an opportunity to settle down. Waddick again, we've got twin wideouts on the left side. And there's the pitch. Initially a good block, ran into his own man. Oh, we had a great opportunity for a kick-out block by number 14, and it didn't happen. Chatham, Jarrett Millard, missed his block, and that was the last remaining guy out there. Mayu had done a job getting over, but once again, some confusion in the backfield. Mayu had a good head of steam, and one of the offensive linemen turned around and ran backwards and collided with Mayu in the backfield. We're looking at 1:48 left, a 4th and goal, loss of 2 on the play. So we're going to need a 12-yard effort here. I'd be looking once again for some type of you've got a trips formation, ace backfield. This smells like another pass. And here it comes right now. It looks like a hitch to the outside. Set up well. Can he get the corner? And tackled from behind. A nice looking pass, though, and I love the play call. Very nicely done, and Jarrett Millard hauled that in, went to the outside exactly like he was supposed to do, and just got beat by a quicker and bigger athlete, quite honestly, for Forest City. Ran him down in the corner there. What number was that for Forest City, John? Did you catch that?
I'm sorry, I did not.
Appears that it could have been number 12 for Forest City, Eli Kiwatowski, as he was trotting off the field.
He was DBers.
Well, Chatham has Forest City pinned deep. Forest City will be starting with the ball. That was a great pickup for Chatham of about 6-7 yards. And Forest City will be starting with the ball inside their own 5-yard line. Let's hope that this has set something up where Forest City believes that they've got to grind one out the middle, right into the strength of our defense, which happens to be Stonefish. I don't believe you're going to see that. I think you're going to see them again go off tackle because it was pure and simple over there to the right side, their right side. Here we go. And here it comes again, off tackle, and it's a highway. Just cuts it back into the middle. And there's our buddy Stonefish again, who's playing defensive tackle, spins around, moves back into the secondary, and makes the tackle, and limits that Forest City to an 8-yard pickup. But I'll tell you, John, when he handed that ball off, there was a ton of daylight.
Yes.
Garrett just stood there and let himself get manhandled.
2nd and 2 for Forest City Thunderbirds here. Until somebody steps up at linebacker and starts to fill that hole on that right side, Forest City's right side, they're going to continue to go to that. Oh, there's Chatham is spread so wide here right now. They're going to go right back to the off tackle. Oh, a play fake. There's your quarterback bootleg, and unfortunately for Chatham, the outside linebacker bit. They had him back there, but they let him off the hook. Spins into the middle of the field. The quarterback finally taken down, but a big pickup for Ethan Martin. Dangerous looking play call, a gutsy play call really, because there was a lot of pressure in the middle. He bounced that to about his 1-yard line. Had the outside linebacker for Chatham stayed at home, there was the potential there, John, for a safety.
Yes, there was potential for a safety. There was a man in the backfield who could have gotten that quarterback, but just missed him by inches. And that is the end of the first quarter, as there will be one more play, and then we will switch ends.
Forest City lining up again, having their way on the ground. That's 2 plays, and they're already up to the 40-yard line. They've picked up 35 yards on 2 plays. Twin, and here we go again to that right side. Chatham's got no answer over there. He's going to bounce it. This is going to be a touchdown. There goes number 10, Curtis Finley, uncontested. And he's going to take it into the end zone. They've run the same play, basically, other than that quarterback bootleg. They've ran off tackle to Chatham's left side. We have now 7 plays. 6 of the 7 have gone to Chatham's left side, off tackle. And that covered 95 yards in 3 plays. There's only one way to get a piece of this, and you have got to get these linebackers moving. Right now, we're sitting back, allowing Forest City to dictate the pace, and they're coming full bore straight at you. And if you're going to backpedal at linebacker, you don't have a chance. They're going to go for 2 after the botched first one. Finley comes behind center. There they go again, right off tackle, bounces it. Had him once, let him off the hook, and he is
short.
Very close, and they're going to say no, he did not get in. A little bit of dancing by the running back in that play. There initially was some room, and unfortunately for Chatham, the man down appears to be Stonefish. Might just need a, oh no, he's clutching lower appendage. Not the guy you want to lose, as once again he was involved in the tackle, and of the 3 or 4 tackles Chatham's had on defense, young Stonefish has been the main driving force behind every one of those.
A little bit wider. Okay, there's 2 watches.
Well, we've got a 12-0 score as Forest City has scored twice, 7 plays to get 2 touchdowns. They failed both times on the conversions. The first one, a very poorly executed kick attempt. Came back and attempted to run off tackle, and why not? It's worked. It's been there all day long. Did not give it to the same man, however, 10, who's got explosive speed. The last time they gave it to somebody else, and I didn't see the same push that I saw out of Finley, and as a result, he came about a half a yard short. And here comes Forest City. And this kid, good-looking athlete, too, here for Forest City. 15, Jay Van Overberg. And there, good kick over the head. Number 7 for Chatham. Adam Pearson picks it up. Attempted to make a move. That looked like a dangerous-looking tackle up high. And as my colleague John says here, looked to me like that was potentially a horse collar there, but no flag on the field. So they must have felt he just grabbed a clump of shirt up high and that it wasn't close to the shoulder pad. And here comes Chatham.
Take off the sunglasses, Dan.
Lining up again. You got to hope that Stonefish is all right over there. Hate to see a kid that age hurt. Here we go now for Chatham. As they're lining up, they have very narrow splits right now, probably because of the force of the rush they've been getting from Forest City. There's a pitch, a great opportunity for a kick-out block, and number 40 for Chatham just slowed up. It was there. I'm telling you right now, the outside linebacker came across just exactly how you design it. Your fullback's got to kick that guy out, and instead 40 for Chatham actually put on the brakes, John. Rather than take him on. That's Ben Barnard. If you're going to play fullback, you got to have the ability to lower that bonnet and knock somebody down. And I like the play call. That pitch is there. They're sending one guy. The guy is penetrating really deep. You get that one little squeeze, that one little kick out. You can go underneath that.
They're too close to the quarterback.
And there's a shotgun snap. He's setting up the pass wide. Oh, he fell wide open. What a great, there's that play call we were talking about earlier, John, releasing the tight end. That is there. And beautiful play call. And for Chatham, number 10, Chase Brown came out there and whoop, feet right out underneath him. I don't know if he couldn't stand the fact that it was just a perfect opportunity to, he was so wide open, maybe he got distracted.
Offensive line being wider.
Third and what appears to be about 18 yards for Chatham on a big loss on that opening pitch. Ace backfield. We've got trips again on the left side. There's a pitch behind him.
Oh.
And a great play by Mayu to load the first guy, but we got a lot of guys watching the ball carrier, not taking anybody on out there. Now, the 3 guys that were sent out there originally are wandering around aimlessly rather than blocking. And Mayu, he should almost sue for a lack of support at this point because he's being left to tote this thing without a heck of a lot in front of him. They're attempting to take people on. The center for Chatham, number 9, Caleb O'Leary, getting set to give Waddick the ball. They're going to punt. Tough. He just about completely missed the ball. And the line drive definitely did not carry 10 yards. I don't know if that was if there was a flag originally for an illegal procedure or defensive offside. There's a hand to the head, and it looks like too many men on the field for Chatham. And that'll give the ball to Forest City. And tremendous field position. Not exactly what you're after here. Water, John.
I mean,
We got to. Well, that's. How do I know?
Well, 9:47 to play in the second quarter. And we've got a 12-0 Forest City lead, and they're looking to add to that.
Starting on the 20.
They are ready to go, and in this game, offense never has to wait on defense. So if you see a defense that's clustered around and not quite getting it together immediately, you can really take it to them. And here comes number 4, Ethan Martin. Gives it to the fullback, first man, and all over that right off the bat was the big D lineman in there now, I believe, is 98 for Chatham, Cody Chambers. Cody Chambers was right there, Johnny on the spot. They gave it to the the fullback, 25 for Forest City, and Finn Vanderzwan picks up 2 yards on the play. This looks to me like this offense for Forest City is definitely geared around Finley. And he's taking a breather right now as they've got number 35 in the backfield playing fullback, Jacob Murray. And 21 is the tail. Oh, there's a pass. They've got two guys wide open. A beautiful pass.
Just over the head.
Tremendous timing. I loved everything about that play. He could have picked one of two receivers. Both had gone down the field untouched, and both were wide open. Nice tight spiral, just a little bit overthrown, but great play call. That'll be there again down the road, I'm sure.
Offensive line is getting to our linebackers too easy.
So number 21, Cameron Guest, was in at tailback there, along with 35, Jacob Murray in that I formation. Straight drop back, nice looking play, really good posture by the quarterback there, Ethan Martin, and he had that at about 25 yards in the air before that touchdown and hit some turf. Martin again getting behind center here, same backfield formation, power I. He liked what he saw the last time. They're going to go to it again, and there's the same result, exact same result. Two guys wide open downfield. The only thing that kept that from being a touchdown, John, as you well know, what do I always say about running receiver routes? Never backpedal. Yeah. If he would have just kept his shoulders upfield, been content to catch the ball, 85, I believe, on the play, he could have walked into the end zone. But still a great catch by Liam Fulton on a wonderful pass by Ethan Martin, and they're inside the 5, knocking on the door again, and looking to add more points to that 12-0 lead.
Because the backs are not looking to pick him up.
Ethan Martin lines up. They've got bodies moving now. Twin set on the left side, power I, and he's going to take it straight in, and he's going to walk in with that. Touchdown. Ethan Martin took it himself. Probably an audible there as he looked to see what Chatham's defense, how it was set up. Nobody was over the center. So a fairly common play. You tap your center in the derriere and you say, get moving forward, Haas. I'm going to take this one in on my own, and he did. Very difficult position to be in on that Chatham sideline if you're on that coaching staff, because you're looking over there right now and you're seeing a very well-oiled machine, a lot of big quality athletes. Now your job is to keep your kids positive. Martin again, power I move, nobody in the vicinity, and
That is too.
it closed up right at the goal line. They're going to say he's not in.
Not in.
It's just shocking because there wasn't anybody when he took that ball for 5 yards beyond that line of scrimmage. I got to hang that one on the running back because his old line opened up. It looked like the parting of the Red Sea out there. I did not see who ran the ball. I'm assuming it was 21, the tailback. But you got to scamper that one in, Cameron Guest, when you get that kind of an opening.
You're looking for Chatham to kick a little, to have at least a good series, you think, you know?
Yeah,
Hopefully they can get it together on this series, since they haven't really done anything on the last two series.
Well, you nailed it, John. I mean, at this point, it's 18-0. I believe we had a great chance on the tailback pitch pass, but we need some mojo in our direction right now, as once again, Jay Van Overberg is about to put the foot into the ball and get Forest City started again. There's your squibbler onside, and smartly played
By number
70 for Chatham. Garrett Stonefish, I would assume that either a brother or a cousin of big 96 Marcus Stonefish. Oh, I was hoping to see Trot back on the field, but I haven't as of yet. I see him under the umbrella on the Chatham sideline. Well, let's see what the coaching staff, head coach Cesar Torres, Matt LaBute, Shannon White, Dan Deneau, and Darcy Lunn had an opportunity to maybe get out the pencil and paper and try and figure a few things out here right now, as we're down by 3 scores. Waddick behind center again. Oh, they're going to give it to the up back. Not much there. And you got to give it to that fullback there. I'd like to see that guy a little bit quicker to the hole. looked like there was some hesitation there. And if you're a fullback and you get the ball, you got to be at full steam, really almost at the line of scrimmage at the time of the handoff. Timing's got to be essential because you're not getting a lead block, and that hole is going to close up quickly. So timing's everything when you're going to give the ball to the fullback.
Come on. Taking too long. Taking too long. Get the ball.
And we've got an I formation here. Now it's a split back with Mayu and Pearson back there. Split back formation. They're going to throw it at a post. He's going to get dogged from behind once again. A lot of guys standing around watching out there. And
Just stood there. Mayu just stood there.
a lot of guys standing and watching on that play. And boy, Waddick got walloped. Two guys. One guy. Dangerous nature of that play is the quarterback starts to get hauled down from behind. He's off balance, and a cleanup squad comes in there and wraps him again. And completely unprotected when the second guy gets a piece of you.
Looks like Waddick is feeling that hit as he was hobbling when he got up, but he looks all right now.
Well, two plays on offense for Chatham have netted a -7 yards as we're looking at 3rd and 17. Daunting task. Pitch outside. Nobody picked up the outside linebacker again. They're having a field day out there because nobody's kicking out that outside linebacker. And, John, if you notice with Forest City, linebackers are very disciplined. Those outside guys are coming straight across. They're not pinching inside. So, therefore, that running back's not going to be able to elude that kind of a disciplined form of defense by that outside linebacker. That's what you're taught. Come straight across, turn the run in, and what he does in that play is he stretches Mayu right out. Mayu can't get underneath it, and then he just finishes the tackle. Once again, a short punt, fielded on the very short first hop. Well played by the Forest City player. Almost a dangerous attempt at picking that up. But very confident. That's number 12 for Forest City, Eli Kiwata.
The return of about
Kiwatowski.
3.
And once again, Forest City coming onto the field here right now, holding on to an 18-0 lead. They look crisp, which isn't a good thing. But the main thing is, I mean, you got the toughest kid on the block. That's a great thing. When you've got the toughest 8 kids in the block, that's a terrible thing if you're on the other side of the ball. And that's what I'm seeing right now. Bigger size, far more aggressive. And that's tough to answer the bell when you got that kind of a discrepancy.
On the ball. I just want to have fun, learn, and be safe.
Hasn't been much action for those Forest City secondary players today.
I would not be at all surprised if Forest City's coaching staff's going, you know what, we can run this thing right off tackle till the cows come home. Let's work on a few things. Let's try our passing game. Here he comes again, number 4, and now he's going to pitch it to the left. First time I've seen them try to the left, and we were right there and missed the tackle. And as a result, 21 is going to get an 11-yard pickup. Cameron Guest, but 15 for Chatham. Patrick Izuski had him for about a 6-yard loss. No arms involved in the tackle. We had another shoulder check. Makes you wonder if Pat is a hockey player, because sometimes it takes some time to get that out of those hockey players that they need to wrap. And I saw no wrapping there. John, did you?
No, I did not see any wrapping. I saw high tackles and very poor attempts to break down to make that tackle.
And here comes once again Ethan Martin, guys moving up the line, eye back. There's that right off tackle again, and whoa, he's just churning up the yardage. They're not seeing anybody on defense till they're at least 5 yards downfield. Real nice fill there. Whoever made that tackle in the Chatham secondary, I didn't catch it. But it was a solid tackle. And but still, 9-yard pickup on first down. I mean, you're going to take that every day of the week. But Chatham's got no answer when Forest City runs off tackle to the right side. Their right side, our left. Let's see if you If he wants to, he can do, oh, there's your pass. That's what I'm talking about. And he's going over the top, and they're going to score on that. The Chatham defender was in the right position and for some reason froze and stopped moving his feet, played the ball instead of the receiver because he was in the right position. And as a result, the ball just carried over his head and right into the arms of the Forest City receiver. And that's a touchdown. I believe that was 82 for Forest City. Ethan Campbell on the end of that. Cody Lunn, you were in the right position, my man. You just got to keep your feet moving, get those hips turned, stay with the potential receiver, and make a play on the ball when it's in the vicinity of the receiver. Don't guess that the quarterback's going to throw it short, because what I've seen out of this kid for Forest City, he's going to get it out there. Oh, they might as well try the convert, practice that, as they're up 24-0. Did not work well the last time. Let's see if they can expedite it a bit. Really good. I do not know what the kicker's doing on this. Great snap, tremendous hold, and I could have shaved in between the amount of time that holder had the ball and the kicker started moving forward. The timing on that should be snap, hold, ball.
You have to wonder if Forest City's going to squib it again or kick it deep.
Well, for Chatham's sake, I'm hoping right now that Forest City's coach is going, you know what, guys, I want to see how we contain. I want to see how we get down the field real hard and fast. Let's boot this one deep. And let's already start thinking about, getting a little bit better at some things that we haven't worked on today. Treat this right now almost like a scrimmage if you're Forest City, and work on some things that you need to do to get a little bit better that you're going to need down the road. They've changed the kicker. They're now going to have the number 12. Number 12 for Forest City, Eli Kiwaratowski. And another short kick. I don't know if that's intentional or not, or they're just not getting a good piece of the ball. It looks almost like they're having a tryout for that position.
Hopped on by Stonefish again.
Yeah, Stonefish getting his hands on the ball twice. I'd like to see a big guy like that get one right in the breadbasket and get a chance to rumble downfield a bit with it, because you don't get that opportunity too often in life if you're a lineman. Well, we got 3 and change here in what has been a complete Forest City Thunderbird half. Chatham, only offense they've had to do via the route of a little bit of razzle-dazzle and some outstanding play by Mayu. Oh, once again, we had a delayed counter. Yeah. The problem with the delayed counter is you're going to have linemen that will sustain their blocks, and they're not only not sustaining their blocks, they're not attempting to block. So in that particular play, there was 4 gold jerseys in the backfield just deciphering who actually has the ball, because there wasn't a white helmet on any of those guys. Loss of 3 on the play sets up 2nd and 13 for Chatham. And once again, Waddick taking the ball, split backfield with Mayu back there with Pearson. Fakes it. He's going to keep it himself, and nobody's business right there, says the nose tackle. Nobody got a piece of him. Actually, real nice play call, because he was the only guy left. Unfortunately, the guy opposite him didn't attempt to block him. Really nice play call. That was definitely there. And unfortunately, the nose tackle for Forest City dominated the middle of the field and was able to make the tackle.
I think that was...
No push from the center.
That's 62. Remember, we noted him as soon as he came out on the field. Sakailas Doxtator. And Doxtator chewed that right up. 3rd and 12, shotgun snap over the middle, dangerous, and they've picked it off.
The big one hand.
It's the right idea, though. You got to mix it up. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that play call. It looked to me almost like the Chatham player that was on the receiving end of that should have kept pushing downfield. He pulled up after he was only about 3 yards across the line, and that allowed the Forest City player to step in front of him. I think had he pushed him downfield, that could have been a different result. I like the play call. I like the last 2 play calls. It's just a matter of execution.
Good coverage by Forest City on that one to get that interception.
Well, as you well know, though, John, football, when you're passing the ball, is all about getting separation. You can't jog out to do a route.
Yeah.
You got to get that separation. You got to dial it in and get moving, or else you give that defender a chance to stay at home and do exactly that. Here they come again. Oh, beautiful play right in the middle of the field. 13 for Chatham. I have not seen that lad in yet, and boy, I'd like to see a lot more of that. Brendan Bondy, right over the center, waltzed in there and just smothered the ball carrier. 21 for Forest City, Cameron Guest. Once again, we got a power eye here. Forest City look for, no, they're going to give the quick hitter, and I wouldn't do that again because there's Mr. Bondy again. Well, I guess they wanted to see, is this kid, is he that good? Let's see if he can do it twice. Well, he did it twice. Much easier this time because the last time Forest City led with the fullback, Santiago Ramirez. This time they just handed it to Ramirez and says, bowl over Bondy, and Bondy says, not on my watch, kid. And he flattened him for a 2-yard loss. That Bondy boy is the son of a friend of mine, Mr. Hector Bondy, a tough customer in his own right, especially on the hockey surface at one time, a nasty player. And here they come again, the Forest City club, lining up, look for the pass, twin right, there's your play fake, got a step, threw it out in the flats. Great play call and a wonderful pass, and 35, Jacob Murray, did not come up with that play. That was a spectacular play call. They flushed all of Chatham's guys on the right side with that twin receiver set that they went to twice in a row, sent both those guys deep, flared the fullback, Murray, into the flats, and there wasn't anybody around him for a country mile. I couldn't see from up here if the ball was misplaced, but I doubt it from what I've seen there. I just don't think Murray came up with the catch. Here's the first punt of the day. Well, supposedly. Will Forest City actually punt it? That's the question. Chatham waiting on the snap, low snap, bobbled. There's several flags on the field. Tremendous kick. Handled on the fly, getting dogged over there. And about 3-4 tacklers in there. It's too bad for number 4 for Chatham, Evan Torres, because showed a lot of moxie. Caught that on the run, moved upfield, but he had 11 spectators going, go Evan, and nobody blocking. So as a result, 7 guys smashed him on the sidelines. Well, Torres showing a lot of heart there as he springs right back up and back into the action. That bodes well down the road for a kid like that. You don't know what you got until you see it take a wallop, and I like what I saw. Here comes Chatham again over center, Waddick. Oh, and that looked like, to me, Forest City induced that offside. We'll see how Mr. Cralo picks that up if he saw it. But on this side, we've got Mr. Shepard. The right call in this case would be defensive offside, and we're not going to get the right call, shockingly enough, and that was definitely defensive encroachment, I would think, but
the tight end was only going to protect himself. The tight end was trying to protect.
Looked to me like that was a Forest City, but I'm not in the vantage point that the officials are down there, and they do a hell of a job, so I don't want to misrepresent that call. They have a better vantage point than I do. Chatham again, the play fake. Outside had a little room, but once again, who is blocking the outside linebacker? The answer to that is nada. Nobody. You're going to run the ball outside, and you're not going to get a helmet on that outside linebacker. You've got zero chance. They're sending their outside linebackers on every down. They're coming 5 and across. They're good studs, too, the bodies on those kids. 20 for Mark Summers for Forest City is a good-looking athlete out there. And I'm telling you right now, I don't want to be the lone back walking out there. And by the time that you turn it inside, there's a host of other green jerseys waiting for you. There's the option worked out, but nobody again picking up 20, and as a result, he's camped there.
Yep.
And he throws us for a 5-yard loss. So in 2 plays, Chatham has lost 12 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they've got the outside figured out here, John. You've got to try and you got to take what the defense is giving you. You've now, unfortunately, got to try and run something quick. I'd say B gap, something about two hole between your guard and tackle. Try and surprise it with maybe a lead a back, let the quarterback keep it and run through there if you're not confident with your fullback.
Well, London is playing very tight. They only have 1 DB out covering the receiver. A quick hit out would probably work in this situation.
That's a nice looking play right there, I'll tell you, and that pass is there.
A little bit more lead and you would have been off to the races.
Good tight spiral by the quarterback on that play, and handled by 25, Tatsu. Real nice catch. Unfortunately for him, you get a face mask full of the Forest City player right upon the catch. He turned around and got a mouthful of Forest City Thunderbird. This is the last play of the first half. I'd take that as a positive. I'd be looking to throw the ball more, but I'd go more vertical with those tight ends. I'd go straight down the field and look for quick hitters on the fly.
They just take a knee to end the half.
Well, Chatham going to attempt to regroup. Some good things there happen for Chatham at times, but for the most part, what you're looking at here is a Chatham team that's definitely physically outsized, and you've got a really well-oiled machine on that Forest City Thunderbird sideline in every respect. The only weakness I've seen is in their convert team.
Looks like their backups are just as good as their starters.
I think you've got a case here of a lot of quality athletes that are coming up through that program, and Chatham's just got to. What you do right now, if you're Cesar Torres, you take this half and you look at the second half and you say, we're going to take it a play at a time. And we're going to look for little positives in each play. Let's not look at the result of the play. Let's look at the good things that can come out of each of those plays. Let's get a little bit better with our execution, and let's focus on doing some things right in this half that we didn't do in the first half and building on that. You've got a long season ahead of you, and you cannot get discouraged with the fact that you had a really bad first half against a really good football team. That's going to happen. You got to look to progress with each down that you're going to get in front of you in the second half. Don't look at the scoreboard. Don't look at the individual play. Look at the little things. It might be one player that made a great thing on that play. That's what you got to focus on for this second half.
Looks like second half might just be a learning experience for these guys.
Okay, and we'll be back momentarily with the second half. It's Forest City Thunderbirds 24, Chatham-Kent Cougars 0. Back to the Chatham-Kent Athletic Complex shortly. Okay, and we're about to start the second half. Here's a $1.56 away from the second half. Looking for an improved performance by the Chatham Cougars, as it's a 24-0 Forest City lead, as they've had their way with Chatham in the first half. We should mention our sponsor, the Car and Dog Wash. Nobody likes a dirty dog, so get yours shined up at the Car and Dog Wash. Forest City, well-oiled machine. What can you say, John, other than the fact that they've got it all. They can throw the ball, they can punish you with the run. But I'm not overly impressed with the plays of the fullback. The lead block, as far as I'm concerned, out of the fullback position for Forest City has not been spectacular whatsoever. Neither has been the solo carry out of the fullback. But what has been exceptional is the play of the tailbacks, Cameron Guest, as well as Ethan Martin, the quarterback. I love this kid. He can run with it. Tremendous arm for this age. What a future for that kid. But even more importantly, the play of both lines. I mean, if you can control the line of scrimmage like Forest City is, you've got a whale of a season in front of you. Offensive linemen are a premium, and they've got a bundle over there. An exciting weekend coming up for Kent County, not to mention the fact that following this game, a very good grade 7 and 8 Chatham team will take the field today once again to face off against Forest City. And that should be an exciting contest. A very well-coached team. Dougie Ball and gang work extremely hard with that group, and I'm expecting big things today out of the Chatham-Kent Cougars when they play Forest City. It appears to me that Chatham will be receiving. Forest City will be lining up to kick off. Also next weekend, exciting action, as rumor has it, the UCC Lancers are once again in the championship, Junior Kent Championship. I'm sitting beside a guy who's going to have a big part in that, quarterback John McCauley, who at this point has 10 TD passes, 4 two-point conversions, has had a whale of a season. That's in 7 football games. And they'll be playing the CK Golden Hawks, which promises to be an exciting tilt. 1 o'clock at UCC. Forest City lining up for the kickoff here. Number 15 again, got to put the foot into it. Van Overberg gets a short squibbler to the flats that Pearson picks up. Great play by Pearson not to go down on the knee. Takes it up the middle, still pushing across. Great carry by Pearson as he crosses the 50-yard stripe. Good field position for Chatham. Let's see what Coach Torres has come up with here as he had 15 minutes at intermission to evaluate and maybe come up with a new wrinkle or two that he's going to throw at a very, very good Forest City defense. Not only is Forest City big, but you take a look at the body types out there, even with equipment on. Those are athletic body types. Here comes Chatham lining up over the ball. We've got a triple back formation. Second hitter, a lot of room there. Oh, baby, get your feet moving. Wow, I loved everything about that play. Great lead block, and Mayu, you have got to get churning, my friend, because that's the best push I've seen up to this point out of that Chatham offensive line. And I'm going to tell you why, John. The 3 backs now have got we've got Forest City. It's a new look, and they're trying to say right now, okay, I got 3 backs. Now who's got who? I like this. Chatham's come out with this.
Yeah.
And here it is again. Too much time. You can't take that kind of time. That's a dominating defense. This has got to happen in a hurry. You cannot allow, you can't have those lapses. This timing has got to be brisk, quick, and right at Forest City. Your chances of counteraction on this team are 0. You got to run right at them. You find a team that's got strength, you run right at the strength. And right now, Chatham is trying some delayed stuff. I like the first play a lot. It was a quick hitter with a fullback leading. I think we should be looking for more of that. Passing down for Chatham. Fakes, and there's your counter. Springs loose. Real nice run by 50 there, as he had to shake a tackle immediately. He was met in the backfield, and that was Connor Wright. He did that all on his own.
That was a nice run.
Nice run by Connor Wright. Once again, John, though, I'd like to see Connor Wright just get a head start, full head of steam, get him the ball at top speed, and let him shoot through the hole. Yeah. Even that little delayed action on the fake on the pitch. That Forest City team, they're not interested in biting on that stuff. They're coming across. They're standing Chatham up, and they're finding the ball immediately.
Looks like 4th and about 7.
Looks like about 4th and 8 at least.
Yeah,
a real high quality 8. And here comes Waddick again. There's your pitch.
No fake.
Mayu has got one guy just too long to develop again. I don't know if a reverse was supposed to happen there, because Mayu had the ball extended in his left hand. I don't know if somebody was supposed to come back to him. I think it's fortunate that the reverse exchange didn't occur, because there was about 4 green bodies waiting, hoping a reverse would happen so they could punch Chatham right in the mouth had it happened. And fortunately for Chatham, Mayu did keep the ball there. Here comes Forest City again, setting up. Let's see if they're going to be gracious. Please don't run right off tackle. Let's see what we got. We got another eye backfield. Twins are on the move. Dropping back to pass. Chatham's flat-footed. Long ball, jump ball. For some reason, the Forest City receiver stopped running.
Yeah.
Fortunately for Chatham, because Chatham's defender was off balance backpedaling 55 for about 10-15 yards. Once again, a teaching point there for the Chatham defensive back. Got to get those hips turned, Nakoma Scott. You don't want to be backpedaling that length of time. Get down there, get those hips turned, find the ball, find the man, get down there in real good shape quickly, and then look to make a play on the ball. Here comes Forest City again. Lined up, 2nd and 10. Looks like they're working on a few things this half. Oh, here comes right off tackle,
Quick
and there
hitter.
it goes again.
Oh.
And a pickup very close to a first down. Once again, it's
The high.
Cameron Guest. And boy, he's not the guest that Chatham wanted to see this day, because that kid is having a whale of a day. He's the bad guest you don't invite again.
Taken down very high by the shirt by number 25, Tatsu.
And here comes Forest City lining up again. I like the looks of 47, the center. Good-looking football player for Forest City. Cole Edwards. Cole Edwards, you're a good-looking football player, my friend. And here comes Forest City again, lined up over the top. Eye backfield, power to the outside. There's nobody home there. This could go.
Oh, no.
Oh, and looks like
Flag.
another cut block in the middle of the field by the looks of the Chatham player down. He scampers into the end zone there, but very slow getting up on his feet. We could have... It's a hold, I believe. John, is that the signal? Or is it a cut block outside the tackle? I'd love to know what that call was right now. It'll be, that's a key
First down.
penalty.
It's after the
Oh, it's
first.
after the first down, so that had to be like a block from behind.
Yeah.
Referee Peter Kralo signaling that did occur, that infraction after the first down, unfortunately for Chatham, because that would have turned, had Forest City been forced to replay that, it would have been 3rd and 12, a much more difficult chore. But now they've got a new set of downs, and we see what they do on 1st and 2nd down, and it's all quality stuff. We've got to find a way to put them into long yardage situations. We haven't done that. The center, the quarterback once again. Oh, big
Need to
delay,
keep-
botched play, and still nobody at home for Chatham on the outside. Where's the outside? Oh, he's doing us a
reversing.
favor here. Big favor by the Forest City quarterback. Wow. He got a little bit greedy there, and I tell you, he paid for it. A dangerous tackle. Those are the ones you get hurt on. You get hauled down from behind, and the next thing you know, you got a twisted knee as all that weight comes back on your heels. But he had already picked up about 6-7 yards and thought, you know what, I want more than 6 or 7. And a little bit of greed there on the part. That's the first mistake I've seen made by Ethan Martin. He reverses the field and gives back the 6 yards he already had under his belt. 2nd and 9.5 for Forest City. Martin back over the center, a real high-quality center in Cole Edwards. And here he comes again, takes a snap, second bound, there it is again, off tackle. We were there in a real bad angle out of the outside linebacker. That should have been shut right down. And Jarrett Millard instead took a bad angle, because you come straight upfield. That guy was flush. Now's its time, Jarrett Millard, to whack that guy low, and you can't do it with the Frankenstein style of tackle I saw there. Up high, arms out, reaching in front of you. You got to come in there real hardcore and submarine that man. The old arms outstretched, Frankenstein style of tackling. That ain't going to get it done, my friend. Forest City 3rd and 4 as they line up here. Big play for Chatham. Let's hope we can get something rolling here. There it is. He fakes. And, oh, yes, there was nobody there. John, once again, if there is a weakness on Forest City, as far as I'm concerned, I don't want to pick them apart because that's a good team, but I'm not seeing it at fullback.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if that was such a good throw as.
Yeah, but I'm looking for that separation, even at the time of the throw. And I'm going to hang this again on the fullback here because I'm watching Ethan Martin. I like the mechanics. At no time did Jacob Murray turn and look for that football. Even when that thing was in the air at his feet, he still had his back turned upfield. He had not executed a flare, which I'm sure is what the route was. It was a stumbling, sort of dartish type of slant action. And they're going to go for it on 4th and 4. This would be a great momentum swing if Chatham could. Oh, he's going to keep it. Come on, Phil. And there. Oh, they let him. There's your arm tackle again. Oh, it's still there. Oh, baby.
No
Poor
breaking
tackling.
down.
Wow, it was there.
And the quarterback.
Unfortunately, wow.
just
That
breaking
is
down.
too bad for Chatham. They had it right in their grasp. They had 3 or 4 whacks at it again, and I saw a lot of bad tackling again there. The first one, right off the bat, Connor Wright, my friend, tough customer, but arms at your sides. You had that man. Once again, let's wrap. It's not hockey, boys. Let's wrap.
Yeah, it's like they're running by the people.
Yeah.
They need to start breaking down
Boy, I'll tell you,
tackles.
Ethan Martin got away with one there, and it turns, instead of what should have been when he bounced at about a 3-yard loss, instead becomes a 30-yard gain.
Hey, tell them to drink lots of.
They weren't ready, Chatham, and they're going to take advantage of that.
Ooh.
Offense never has to wait for defense.
Still very high tackling.
And a new man touching the ball, number 23 for Forest City, and that is Timo Scheel into the ball game. And Chatham was wandering around, probably still a little bit disoriented and discouraged with that squandered opportunity that we just saw. And as a result, Forest City just took it right up the middle. We've got a 2nd and 2, half a yard short from the goal line for a first down. There's your right-off tackle, and what a play. Wow. Great play by number 16 for Chatham, Tanner Horlebeck. Way to play, Tanner, as he stemmed right up there through that gap. John, I don't want to say it again, but that's power football. Where's the fullback?
Yeah. Looked like just ace-back type of play.
Oh, I think we're offside on the defense.
If I'm Forest City's coach, I'm going, you know what? Oh, they're going to call that offside on the D. We didn't see that, but unfortunate. But you know what? If I'm Chatham, I'm going, Tanner, heck of a play, buddy. Do it again. We haven't seen enough of that.
The line was perfect. The offensive line jumped.
And a couple of discouraging moments, but I'll tell you something. I like what I'm seeing at a Chatham this half. A lot more friskiness coming to play. There's a quarterback. Probably keep it again.
Oh, no.
No. And
There's that
your
full.
fullback cut down again. Great play there. Great
tackle.
play.
But he's in.
Are they going to call him in on that?
Yes.
Wow, that was a heck of a that's how you tackle. That's how you tackle. Is that 15 or 35, John, for us? Great tackle. If it's 15,
it's
it's
15.
a Padazewski.
Yeah.
That's how you tackle. Right down low below the knees, no chance at all. A little miscommunication. They're bumping into
The
each other,
fullback and
the
stiff.
fullback ran into somebody, then ran into the goalpost.
Yep.
Somehow they're going to give him that.
Another low tackle.
But,
Very nice job.
Chatham, I'll
Starting
tell
to
you
get into
something.
it.
Don't hang your heads. That was a very, very good defensive series as compared to the first half.
No, I don't know what's going on here.
Ran it in.
35.
Thanks for.
Jacob Murray. I don't know what's going on out there right now. Is this a convert attempt? Was that a touchdown?
Yeah.
Why is the
for
ball
two.
so far back on the convert? Is it? Or was there a penalty? Or they're going for 2. They got twins in motion. There's your right. Oh, the big stick.
By number 98.
98 again, and we mentioned him earlier, Cody Chambers. That's it, Chatham. Somebody comes in your backyard. I don't care what the score is. You let them know you've come to play.
Got those guys going across, and now you're seeing it.
Now you're playing for pride and respect, and you know what else you're playing for? You got to get a little bit of belief in yourself here. I think Chatham looked on the field and said, man, those guys are big. Man, those guys are good. They're last year's defending champs. And you plant that seed of doubt, and as a result, for 3 quarters, well, really, of the first half, you come out intimidated and unsure. And the nature of young guys in football is all of a sudden you get a big, tough hit, and you realize that didn't hurt. And you make another big play, and you go, you know what, I can play with these guys. And I think we're seeing a bit of that right now. Next time Chatham plays Forest City, I think you're going to see a better result. Low kick, handled well. There's the big man, Stonefish. I was hoping to see this.
Now,
Look at the big man rumble, and yeah, or baby, the first 2 times Stonefish took that, he took a knee. I like that, Stonefish. Catch that thing and rumble, and he did.
that was Stonefish.
Garrett Stonefish, cousin of the unfortunately injured Marquez Stonefish, who went down early in the game. Big loss for Chatham because Marquez Stonefish was bringing it. They better call Connor's Garrett Stonefish Stone Cold Stonefish, because that's what I saw right there. Stone Cold Stonefish bringing it on that play.
Looked like
2 minutes and 40 to go in a 30-0 ball game for Forest City as Chatham lines up at center. Much more spirited effort to start this half. Coach Torres did a great job at half. Here we go. We got a little motion to the left. Too much time again. Too much time, boys. Let's dial it and let's get right at them. Tell you, the offensive line, at least right now, is engaging. What we need is more. We can't have these delays in the backfield. Take the 3 yards you're going to get right now at a time. 4 times 3 is 12. You're going to get some first downs out of this. But right now, there's too much delayed action in the backfield. Let's bring it right at them hard and fast. You know what? I do like the adjustment at half, though. I think he's realized, Coach Torres, can't get outside. Let's run at the strength. I like the idea. We just need to pick up the pace in the backfield. Looks like right now that Waddick's going to take it out of the shotgun. We got that trips look again to the left. He's setting up the hitch. Missed block opportunity. That was there.
That was
Real good defensive play, though. That's that real good athlete out there again. This time it's 28. Tough block for 40 for Chatham, Ben Barnard, because of that brisk effort out of 28, Luca Paltrinieri. Luca came in a heartbeat, snap of the fingers, and not much of a chance for Barnard to get a helmet on him there. And as a result, 4-yard loss.
Okay. Thank you.
That was the short side of the field.
Great
was it
point,
not?
John. Great point. I would have liked to seen that go to the other side, too. Great point.
Come on, boys. Let's score.
Here we come again out of the shotgun. Again, we're looking at oh, that's offside in the defense. That's a free play. Why are we blowing that dead?
Might have broke snap.
Yeah, it was the snap.
Oh, baby.
Delayed
Unfortunately, it looks like the center may have held on to the ball. That seems to be initial reaction from up here in the booth. To the left of me, the eagle eyes on the left behind the curtain believe that the Chatham center hung on to it. Although, oh no, here we go. Let's call that against London. Why not? Throw us a carrot. And there we go, 5 yards in our favor. Encroachment on the defense. Let's try and get that yardage marker moving in the right direction here. Each time we've stepped on the field, it's like a magnet going the wrong way. Here comes Chatham lining up. Once again out of the shotgun. Similar luck with the trips formation to the left. There's a delay. Oh, that's not going to get it done, fellas. And there's a fumble. Just way too much time. Too much time, and that's... They just flooded through there. Poor Waddick. I mean,
Yeah.
he didn't get hit by 1. He got hit by 4. I think the trainer got in on that hit. Get those big men so you are just squeezing through that hole immediately. And we were fortunate because the big men didn't have the lateral movement. So there's a way you're successful against a team that's got that kind of size is you run right at them but at top speed and you get that ball right off. You can't have counteraction. And Chatham's paying the price for really too much time to get their plays off.
Yeah.
I haven't noticed 11 out there before, but Braden Tremblay's out there now for Chatham on defense. Here's that off tackle. Oh, no, and here it
Number
goes
22.
again. Bad angles, and away we go. There's no answer for that off tackle, and they're going to take it to the end zone. And 22, I mean, uncontested, really. You don't got anybody stepping up to fill.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of backpedaling on that exchange by that Chatham defense, and it's too bad because the previous series, we had some compete going out there. Here comes Forest City looking to add to a 36-0 lead with 13.5 seconds in the third quarter.
That's Quinton Isaac with the touchdown there, number 22 for London.
Well, you got to credit Forest City. I mean, other than the fact that quarterback's gone all the way, and I wouldn't be at all surprised to see this be his last play. They're going for a 2-point conversion. They have spread the ball around. You can't fault them for this. And a little cut
22
underneath.
again.
Is he in? I don't see a signal. I think he fell on his own there.
Yeah. Tripped on the line.
And no, he's not in. He fell about a yard short. That Forest City coaching staff, head coach John Darnell, assistant head coach Dave Martin, other coaches on that squad, Steve Franz, Mike Brooks, Roy Clausen, Darren Isaac, Carl Coleman, and George McQueen. And tip of the cap to you fellows over there. You got it rolling.
Yeah. Really put together a well-developed team, that's for sure. As that number 22 is the second running back in there. That's 21. Was it not? 21? Started the game for London.
Yeah, the bad guest.
Yeah.
Guy you don't invite back to your house again, can't? What's the name?
I think it's Cameron.
Yeah, Cameron Guest. Wow. Guests like that coming to my house, he's not coming back. The kid had about 120 yards in rushing and at least 2 scores. Whale of a ball player, Cameron Guest, and tremendous first half. And once again, kudos to Forest City. I mean, I've played against teams that'll have a Cameron Guest, and that guy gets 40 carries and 5 touchdowns. High-quality coaching effort over there, spreading it around. Down on one knee, Stonefish in 54 picks up the pieces on the deflection. Stonefish getting worn out there.
A lot of people standing around on that play watching that ball.
As a matter of fact, poor old Stoner, it hits him in the chest, and finally Lucas Doyle says, all right, I'll get on it.
Yeah.
But everybody's going, come on, Stonefish, you're our return man.
Yeah. Looked like the other return men were just standing there as well.
Yeah. We got to get these guys dialed in and upfield and looking for helmets. Gold helmets, because that's not what's going on out there right now. Well, we'll see if Waddick's back in at quarterback. It does not appear to be so. I see a 4 on the jersey. I'm assuming
like
that's
Mayu.
Millard.
Are you sure? Oh, yeah.
Looks like Millard in at quarterback, so the backup's in for Chatham.
Millard.
And you had to believe that sooner or later Waddick was going to get touched up severely with the amount of pressure he saw all day. And good ball player, Waddick, hanging in there like that as long as he did, because he took a beating.
Yeah. No, it's number 14.
Yeah, that's Millard. Jarrett Millard in a quarterback for Chatham. And looks like we still got Mayu in the split back with Pearson, Adam Pearson, Erio product in the summer. Here he comes, fake pitch. He's going to keep it himself. Delay action again. And how do you spell delay in Forest City? You know how you spell delay in Forest City? 2 to 10 yard loss. That's how you spell it.
Looks like there was a penalty called.
A delay.
No,
if you're on offense and you're going to run a delayed play against this Forest City team with the way they're dominating, we call that delayed progress, because it's not going to happen.
And they're switching sides now as we go into the fourth quarter of this one-sided game.
Well, it's a learning experience. I mean, that's the nature of football. I wish I knew as much as I do. As much as I know now, I wish I knew when I got started in 1996, because we had some opportunities to win championships. You're in your first or second year as a head coach. You only get better with experience. I had a team in '99 that we lost to Wallaceburg 6-5 on a 58-yard Sean Swesham field goal, the longest in Canadian history. If I knew then what I know now on offense, that Wallaceburg never got the ball across our half in the entire game. We should have won that football game. That's part of being a head coach and learning over time. And I know what an excellent person Cesar Torres is, as well as his staff. If that staff sticks together, good things will happen. And you learn from the little bumps and bruises you get, not just as a player, but as a coach. And that's a hard-working group of people. Football knowledgeable, too. And a lot of times, I mean, got to have the horses, right? Let's hope Chatham's horses get better.
Looks like London's just dropping back.
Pitch, it's there if we get some room, and 21 did not block. A little slow getting out of the backfield out of Pearson. We do not, John, really have the speed, do we?
Yes, I don't think so.
Because there was some room there. That pitch is out there. I don't know if it's a matter of taking a correct angle to get out there quickly, but the lead block, too, was a bump and stop.
Yeah.
Okay? That was there. I'm telling you right now, even the outside linebacker on that side, I think, he's not the terror that they had out there previously in 28 or 20. They got a backup in there 32. That whole left side of Forest City bunched into the middle. That was there for the taking.
Looks like they keep running to the right.
I think they're going to try this again. Oh, delay again. This is going to get killed in there. There it is again, third down, way too much time. Confusion back there. I'm not sure what it is, but it looked like the entire offensive line moved back to take the handoff.
Yep. It was a very slow play.
We're looking at 4th and 7 here. Chatham continuing to move the ball in the wrong direction, and a lot of that has to do with the pace of the plays as they're coming out of the backfield. Forest City showing them no respect in terms of a possible pass. They got everybody moving forward. Here comes the punt.
A big one.
A great punt, as a matter of fact. Oh, and he's touched it. Let's get moving. He's still bobbling. Let's go, fellas. And number 3 for Chatham, the first guy to get down there, Nicholas McKenzie. But he was solo getting down there. It's too bad that we didn't really go after that.
Yeah.
Real good punt over the head of the Forest City returner. He deflected it. Ball was rolling, really laying on the field up for grabs. He was crawling to it, the Forest City return man.
He still has his offensive starter there.
And still, surprisingly, I mean, I'm not being critical, but if I'm the Forest City coach, I'm not risking an injury. I don't see the reason for 4 being on the field, but he is. And here they come, and they're going to pitch it to the right side, and he's got a ton of room.
That's
and 20. Is it Cameron Guest?
No.
Yes, it is.
Oh, yeah.
It's Cameron Guest picking up huge chunks of yardage. Here's to be about a 23-yard pickup. As you well know, we've had a good junior Kent season this year. 6 wins, 1 loss. And we, John, as you know, being the starting quarterback, we're in a favorable position. Probably 3 or 4 times during the season where midway through the third quarter we were up and you sat. Yeah. And the backup Robbie Wright came in, and I would expect to see the same thing out of Forest City unless they don't have a backup quarterback. That's just good football. Pitch to the left side, mishandled. Guest still has all day to pick it up.
Stiffed in
Number
the back
12 for Chatham did not have his head up, Davis Hamilton. And I don't know, Davis, look for the ball, my friend, because that thing was rolling around on the ground right at your feet.
Looks like number 45 for Chatham took that running back down.
That would be Cameron Creechin, and that was a healthy wallop out of Cameron. Keep that up, my friend. But football's all about opportunities, and Davis Hamilton, get your head up and find the ball, my friend. Good things will happen. Here comes Mr. Ethan Martin again, still in the ball game. Strong I formation, both backs moving, and he's going to air it out again. And he's got a bevy of guys wide open.
Oh, and a big.
And he had it and lost it. They're going to call that a catch, but there is a little bit of a fluorescent piece of fabric on the field, and I would believe that's in the vicinity of holding.
That quarterback for London sure gets back there
Although
fast.
it is an illegal, too many men on the field on Chatham.
Ooh.
Most guard warning.
Oh, mouth guard
Mouth
warning.
guard warning,
That's all
oh.
it is. Well, I hate to say it, but I mean, he had a choice of about 4 guys to throw that to. Flat-footed in that secondary, and a lot of bodies deep behind that Chatham secondary. And here he comes again, looking to pad his stats at this point. That's the only thing you can say about this. And he's going to go give it back to Cameron Guest, and he breaks a few tackles, and he's going to
into the
march it
end zone.
in. But
That's got to be the third.
so
for
be
Cameron
it.
Guest.
I mean, so be it.
Yeah. Third for Cameron on the day, is it not?
This year, Lancer football, we had 12 different kids get touchdowns because when we were in this position, we mixed it up.
I
Got
don't
the starters off the field.
Yep. I don't understand why the starters are still playing for London.
But anyway, it's 42-0 for Forest City at this point.
They're just raining it on.
I mean, the case is, in point,
Oh.
John,
And they're going
it's
for
a
2.
physical sport. They'd better hope that Mr. Ethan Martin never gets hurt because obviously they don't have any confidence in the second guy.
Yeah.
And there's your fullback position, standing straight up, and he's not going to get in. Mr. Murray needs to lower the pads, get low, and bang that through. That's definitely the weak part on that ball club.
Is that a 2 in this league? Or is that 1 in this league?
No, this is regular football here now.
So why are they going
Good
for
question. In fall football here in Chatham in the House League division, if you decide to run a regular play after a touchdown, it's 1 point. If you kick the convert, they give you 2 for it. Chatham sets up the return for Stonefish. Stonefish leading the team in yardage today unexpectedly. Stone Cold Garrett Stonefish lined up again behind the front 4. Pearson says, get out of there, I want a chance at this. And knowing the luck that Stonefish has had today, I would not be as surprised. I think Stonefish has a ball magnet attached to his forehead. I wouldn't be at all surprised if this ball doesn't somehow end up in the hands of Stone Cold Connor Stonefish. Garrett Stonefish. Here it comes, and right over the head of Pearson. Poor Torres. Is anybody going to get a helmet on anybody? He's picked it up and crush.
No blocks.
I'll tell you, though, look at the Torres kid, the way he carried that ball. He brought that thing just exactly like you're supposed to do it, north and south. Saw the contact coming, lowered the helmet and the pads. That's good football. And you can really tell the true colors in a player you got when you put him back there. If he gets that ball and he starts running to the hot dog stand, because he's running parallel and not north and south, you really know what you got. And you got a good one in Torres, because he's looking to get as much as he can under his belt before he gets walloped. Here comes Chatham's offense. Let's see if we're going to get a little bit more straight ahead here and get rid of this delay stuff. If I'm going back to the drawing board this week, I'm getting rid of that length of time it takes to get to the line of scrimmage after the exchange. There we go. Oh, baby, they had the right idea. Did you see that fullback? Nobody touched that lead guy.
Yeah.
Nobody touched him. That first hitter, just like that, had a
It looks
chance.
like there was a fumble on the play as
Oh, no.
London
There we
picks up
go.
the ball again.
Well, you got to wonder, John, if that's the case, if Millard just didn't get the ball to the fullback. Because I like the play call. Right at him, quick, bang, get it off. And nobody touched our buddy there. I believe it was 40, Ben Bernard. Nobody laid a glove on him until he was about 5 yards downfield. If he would have had possession of the ball, I think good things would have happened. Well, look at the size of 48 at right guard for Forest City. That would be Mr. Liam Scholdice. Wow. And once again, that's definitely got to be procedure over there, but they're going right at him. Looked like about a 31 power. I'm not calling it power because I'm not seeing a fullback on Forest City that is shaking me up, I'll tell you that much.
Well, I think they gave it to the fullback on that play. That's... Yeah, that was 36. Carried that one.
Strength of Forest City, great arm at quarterback, strong at the tailback position, phenomenal up front on the line. And here we go again. Steps in behind center, takes the snap, gives it to the fullback who's running straight up. Oh man, you should have a field day on that, because that boy is running straight up. But nobody wanted a piece of him.
Nice
They
thing.
left it up to number 20 in the secondary. He had to come all the way across the field, Andrew Carroll, to drag him down. But you got to ask yourself, where's the linebacker on that play? Not hard to identify who had the ball, because he was running up there like a tree. A guy like that, you got to chop him down. Here we come again. Ethan Martin behind center. I think Ethan wants to pad his stats with another pass. Let's see what happens here. No, they're going to give it back to the fullback. 36 this time. Right up the gut. Santiago Ramirez. Going to pick up 8 or 9, 7 or 8. Huh?
That's all I hear.
Oh, baby. 5:35 to go in the fourth quarter. And the center, good-looking football player, Cole Edwards. I really like the stances on that O-line, solid. And the tailback this time, 23, taken down very nicely by 16, Tanner Horlbeck.
On the 1 yard line, I would
1
think.
yard line. That'll send up a 3rd and goal from the 1. You got to ask yourself, if London gets a touchdown here, they're going to try to get it to 50 and go for 2?
Yeah.
My bet is what I'm seeing over there with 4 still in the ball game. Yep.
Yeah.
Ever watch Storage Wars? Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking about what's going to happen over here. And away we go, 4:49 to play. Lining up behind the center. And yeah, off. Oh yeah. Little counter action. 23 untouched.
Walks in.
23 Timo Scheel.
The third running back in this game.
Uncontested. Nothing but blades of grass in front of him on that play, and he'll scamper in, and it's a 48-0 whitewashing here. I do not see a convert tee coming out there.
Is it?
No, and yes.
Oh, yeah, it is, too.
Is it? No. Why not when you can go for 50? And here it is. And they're going to give it to the up back who runs straight up again, and let's hope we can get a stop, and we do. 48 then.
Yeah, 48-2.
48 Zilcho.
Shellacking.
I remember, John, the very first year Pines football started, 1996, and you got to have a mind like an elephant. And my guys had pads on for 2 weeks, and we played a team, I'm not going to mention who, in Red Feather, and with the score 48-0, playing guys with that had never had equipment on before at the senior level, and that's back when you could have 7-year players, and they had a bunch of them. And with a minute left, they tried to punch it in from the 2-yard line to get over 50, and we stopped them. And I'll tell you something, I didn't forget that one, and I hope this Chatham coaching staff isn't going to forget this one either. Here they come lining up to kick it off. Forest City short kick. Pearson waves at it. And there's our buddy Stonefish with his 6th carry of the afternoon, but he decided to take a knee on that one.
He was walking. He's out. Offside. Thanks. Remind me to thank Mr. Chatham for that. Copy. I'm counting 11.
Apparently there's 11 men on the field. They tried to force 65 onto the field, but instead here comes number 8, Tyler Creechin. And he hustles out. Got to be obviously the brother or cousin of Cameron, who had a big hit earlier. Here comes Chatham. Think they gave it to the fullback. The big pile, and we're getting a little push forward there out of Chatham, showing a little moxie. That's what you got to do, fellas. Stick your nose in there and make something good out of a bad situation. Let them know you come to play. And, hey, what the heck? It's a positive yard. It's been a while since we've seen that. So it sets up a 2nd and 9.
Take 49.
And here comes Chatham lined up again behind the center. Mr. Millard, delayed action, and we know what's happening with delayed action. Mayu all by himself.
That's not Mayu. That's Tatsu.
Tatsu all by himself did a heck of a job to shake the first guy, but you can shake 1-7? I don't think so.
Yeah.
And we had Nick McKenzie out there on the edge, matched up against 20 again, that outside linebacker. That is an enormous mismatch for Chatham, and once again, 20 is just having a field day out there for Forest City. Back in the ball game again, and look at the matchup. Nick McKenzie on 20. I think 20 is going to win that battle every time. And here we come, the pitch. Nobody blocks for it, and there's Nick McKenzie. Nice try, very close. Oh, break it, baby, break it. Heck of a run there. Hey, Nick McKenzie. Wow.
Big block.
Way to go, Nick McKenzie. I'll tell you something right now. Like I said, I did not believe it was possible for Nick McKenzie to handle 20. And did it textbook. Didn't do it with the big push. Did it textbook. Arms extended like a receiver should. Very good coaching. Whoever worked with that kid. And he got a piece of Mark Summers. Just enough. Borderline. Maybe a push from behind. Who knows? Who cares at this point? But enough to get him out of the way and a real good pickup for 40.
Ben.
Ben Barnard. We got a big 4th down play. Looks like was that a whistle?
I don't know what's going on.
A man down in the middle of the field, Forest City, but he's picking himself up.
Timeout, Chatham.
Timeout for Chatham was the call, so no infraction on the play. 68 there, big man Yusuf El Rafi was down briefly, and he's jogging off. I don't know if he's shaken up. He must be. He's talking to the coach. Coach says, hey, buddy, football's a physical game. You're all right. Now shake it off and let's get back in there. Okay? And there he comes, back into the ball game. Chatham 4th and 2. I'll tell you something. You want to set yourself up for next week. Let's have a positive play here. Let's go at him.
Right up the gut.
There's our buddy Nick McKenzie. He's my Gillette player of this series. As a great block on somebody they haven't blocked all day. Summers, uh-oh, that's a deep pitch. That ball was just up in the air for too long on the pitch. He had to camp underneath it. Looked more like a punt than a pitch. Had to camp underneath it and wait on it. And we know what happens when you're being manhandled like this by a defense. You're not going to get the time to wait for something that's not quick and executed real efficiently. And that's really been the story of the day. The only chance Chatham had was to come out here with a really efficient, quick, well-executed offense. No time delays. Here comes Forest City again. Still got number 4 in the ball game, and I'm assuming then that they don't have a second quarterback, and he's going to take a knee with a lot left. 2:15.
2:15.
Can you kill that much clock?
Nope.
I've never seen this before with 2 minutes and 15 seconds. I guess they want Chatham to get back on offense.
This is weird.
I'd take it again. Obviously, that's the strategy. Down it goes. 2:02.
Yeah, why are they stopping time though?
All right.
Yeah, what's the sense of this? If they stop time.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it appears to me that Chatham will get the ball back. Gracious gesture here by Forest City. So obviously we might have been a little bit too hard on them earlier. Then maybe they just don't have a second quarterback. And there's a flag for a time violation against Forest City. Inside a minute. Does that not cost them a down as well? It does. That'll cost them a down. And here comes the defense. So a gracious gesture by the Forest City coaching staff.
Well, they got to kick it.
And out they come.
Yeah, it was fair.
And they will punt, their second punt of the ball game. I'm surprised that Stone Cold Garrett Stonefish isn't back there deep to pick it up for his 6th or 7th time, but he's on the sidelines. Low kick, that's danger. Picked up nicely by number 5 and mauled immediately.
Cody
Lunn getting his hands on the ball for the first time today. Cody lunged forward for about 3 yards after the catch. And once again, thanks to our sponsor, Car and Dog Wash. Get your dog shiny and put them in your brand new shiny car. Get everything spiffed up. Nothing looks better than a real cool looking guy or gal driving downtown Chatham. Shiny car, good looking dog in the front. Let's get them both shined up. Car and Dog Wash. Here we go now, back underneath the center. There we go, pitch. He's got some room. Oh, baby, cut under that fumble. Ouch.
And it's a turnover.
I'm telling you something right now. At some point, you got to cut under that block. I think had Mayu immediately cut under that, then bounced that to the sideline, good things would have happened. Because I like the block out there. He was engaged. He was pushing the Forest City player. That's the read. You're a running back. Your blocker's pushing a guy outside. You cut under it. Then you bounce to the sidelines. But I think our buddy there, Mayu, attempted to take that outside the block. And if you're the blocker, that's frustrating. And with a $1.28, I think we got another little mercy action going on here, do we? Or no? He is going to
Take it.
there it is again. Here comes the knee again. Taking the knee on what has been a banner day for the Forest City Thunderbirds, an outstanding football team, extremely well coached. Some fantastic athletes out there again. Once again, congratulations, head coach John Darnell. I tell you, the way you got these kids playing at this age, my hat goes off to you, my friend. That's real good coaching. And I'm sure your assistants, Dave Martin, Steve France, Mike Brooks, Roy Clausen, Darren Isaac, Carl Coleman, got a big, and George McQueen, all have a real big part of that whole puzzle. You see that many guys that dedicated on a sideline, good things are going to happen. I mean, I'm assuming, John, that you've got coaches for every individual position. When I see this type of execution, tells me you do. You probably got a receivers coach, a backs coach. The way they're executing your guys, fantastic. Good job. Great win today. And they're taking a knee again. Good effort here. They could have drove the sword even deeper. And obviously I was a little premature in that assessment earlier because they haven't. So kudos to Coach Darnell. Class act here as he's letting Chatham off the hook and allowing them to stay under the 50-point mark today. And here we go again, underneath the center, takes another knee. That gets a little old if you're the losing team. Watching the other team take a knee is just, I'm telling you from my standpoint, that's just a razor to you. And that's no discredit to Forest City. I mean, that's that image that stays with you when you go home that night. If you're somebody like myself, and I don't take losses very well, that image stays with you, the other team rejoicing as they take a knee. And here comes Chatham jogging out on the field, but these guys are young. They got a lot of football ahead of them. They're only going to get better. And the Chatham coaching staff will go back to the drawing board this week, I'm sure, and come up with some answers for some of this play that we saw today. There were some flashes of brilliance at times.
Yep.
I see some good athletes out there.
Yep.
We just got to pick up the pace of play in our backfield. And here we go again. Millard drops back. There's that play over the middle, underthrown. A lot of contact there, but predominantly it was the Chatham tight end that was coming out that was riding the back of the Forest City defender. So it's the correct call. If anything, it could have been an offensive pass interference. But the officials have done a wonderful job today, and they let that ride. Here we go again. There's the pitch again, and he's going to do the pitch pass, but not today with that kind of pressure. I mean, as he's picking himself up off the ground, John, how many bodies do you count surrounding him?
I count about 4, maybe 5.
Yeah, I mean, that's been the story of the day.
Yep, 0
You can
blocks.
dodge one, but when you're talking 4 or 5, nah, it's not happening. I mean, Walter Payton in his best, Barry Sanders. That would be a play of the year if they shook 4 or 5 guys. And as a long-suffering Lions fan, I had to watch Barry Sanders many times, unfortunately, trying to come around 4 or 5 guys. There we go, last play of the day for the Chatham Cougars. And they line up, and they're going to fake the pitch, and he's getting dogged, Millard. Oh, and there was a reverse attempt. Nick McKenzie bobbles it, and that'll end the day. A day of a bit of disappointment for Chatham, but it's their season opener, and they got a lot of football ahead of them today. I'd like to thank the listeners today and viewers, potential viewers, and thank you Cogeco Cable for permitting people the opportunity to watch games on your wonderful channel, because I know my son sitting beside me has had that, and it means a lot to players. They get the chance to turn on the TV, hear their names, see themselves, and that's part of being in a wonderful community television that pay back to the citizens of Chatham and Cogeco. You do a wonderful job of that. Thanks to our crew here today too, and thanks for these coaching staffs on both sides providing the entertainment today. On a wonderful day, we dodged the weather. Final score today, an outstanding effort by a really solid football team. The Forest City Thunderbirds 48, Chatham Cougars only going to get better. They got shut out today, but some positives for that team as well. Go get them next week, boys. I'm signing off. I'm Herb McCauley, head coach of UCC Lancers, and I've been accompanied today by my son and color man, quarterback John McCauley. Have a great day.